Peter Shilton stands tall in the world of football, known not just for his incredible skill as a goalkeeper, but also for his remarkable resilience. For over 30 years, he defended goals for some of the top clubs, earning a reputation as one of the game's greats. Yet, away from the cheering crowds and the bright lights of the stadium, Shilton was engaged in a very different battle, one hidden from the public eye: his 45-year struggle with gambling addiction. This contrast in Shilton's life was really clear and moving. On the football field, he was confident and in control, playing against top players with great skill. However, away from the game, he faced a much tougher challenge. His struggle with gambling was very different from the disciplined way he acted as a footballer. It showed a part of his life that was full of personal difficulties. As we explore Peter Shilton's story, we see the many layers of his life. We celebrate his extraordinary achievements in football, but we also look closely at the personal difficulties he faced. His journey is not just about the successes on the football field, but also about how he dealt with a serious issue away from it. It's a story that shows us the human side of a sports hero, reminding us that even the greatest among us can have their own private struggles. Peter Shilton's story started in Leicester, England, a city known for its love of football after the war. He was born on September 18, 1949, at a time when football was a big part of life, bringing people together and sparking excitement everywhere. As a kid, Shilton discovered his love for football playing in the streets and parks of Leicester, surrounded by the sounds of the game and the cheers of those watching. During this time in Britain, football was more than just fun. It was a symbol of hope and togetherness for a country recovering from war. For Shilton and other boys his age, football players were heroes, representing toughness and dreams. He spent many hours watching and learning from both local and famous players. They played with a mix of toughness and skill, which was typical of that time. These players greatly influenced Shilton, shaping how he saw football and his own goals as a player. These early experiences with football had a big impact on Shilton. They sparked a deep love for the game and a wish to be like his football heroes. The local parks where he played were where he first started working on his football skills that would later make him famous in the sport. It was in these simple beginnings that Shilton's dreams and ambitions grew, leading him on a journey to become one of the greatest in football. This early chapter of Shilton's life was crucial in shaping his future. It was a mix of his environment, the post-war football culture, and the local heroes he admired that laid the foundation for his remarkable career. These influences combined to ignite a passion in Shilton, a passion that would drive him to become one of the most celebrated goalkeepers in football history. Peter Shilton's football career is a story of remarkable milestones and memorable moments, starting with his early days at Leicester City. He was only 16 when he first stepped onto the field for Leicester, showing the world a glimpse of the great goalkeeper he was destined to become. At Leicester, Shilton quickly made a name for himself with his impressive saves and strong presence, setting the stage for an extraordinary career. A standout moment for Shilton at Leicester was during the 1968-69 season when he helped the team reach the FA Cup final. They didn't win the cup, but Shilton's performance was a sign of great things to come. Shilton then moved to Stoke City, where he continued to grow as a player. His time at Stoke is remembered for his ability to stay calm and perform well, especially in important games. This period helped cement his reputation as one of England's top goalkeepers. The peak of Shilton's career came with Nottingham Forest, under the guidance of the legendary coach Brian Clough. Shilton was a key player in Forest's incredible success, including winning the European Cup 2 years in a row in 1979 and 1980. His performances in these matches were extraordinary, making him a football legend. Clough once said about him, "With Shilton in goal, we were 1-0 up before we even started." Shilton also had a significant time at Southampton, where he continued to show his skill and experience. Even later in his career, he played exceptionally well, proving his dedication and commitment to the game. Shilton's hard work and leadership were always praised by his teammates. He once said, "You don't play over 1,000 games without a constant drive to improve." This relentless effort and desire to be better were key parts of his career, making him not just a player in key matches, but often the star of them. Peter Shilton, known for his incredible skills on the football field, faced a significant challenge in his personal life: his struggle with gambling addiction. This problem started quietly early in his career. What began as a small hobby slowly grew into a serious issue that affected many areas of his life. The effects of Shilton's gambling were widespread. It caused problems with his money and put a lot of stress on his relationships with family and friends. This was a stark contrast to the disciplined and focused person everyone saw on the football field. Dealing with this addiction was a private battle for Shilton, much like the challenges he faced as a goalkeeper. Overcoming this addiction was a tough journey for Shilton. It took a lot of willpower to face and admit he had a problem. The support of his family, especially his wife, was crucial in this process. Their understanding, support, and encouragement were key to helping him beat his gambling habit. Peter Shilton's goalkeeping style was a blend of agility, game intelligence, and impeccable positioning, setting him apart from his contemporaries and influencing future goalkeepers. Known for his extraordinary ability to anticipate opponents' moves, Shilton mastered the art of being in the right place at the right time, making saves that often seemed impossible. His quick reflexes and confident handling of the ball were central to his technique, providing a reliable foundation for his team's defense. Shilton's approach differed from the more flamboyant styles of his peers, focusing instead on efficiency and effectiveness. This practical style not only distinguished him during his career, but also allowed him to maintain a high level of performance into his later years, a rare achievement among goalkeepers of his era. His legacy in goalkeeping extends beyond his personal accolades, living on in the positional awareness and mental resilience of modern goalkeepers who reflect the standards he set. Peter Shilton's influence on football, both at the club level and internationally, was profound, marking him as one of the game's most impactful players. His role in key moments for his clubs, notably Nottingham Forest's back-to-back European Cup victories, showcased his ability to perform at the highest level. These successes underlined his contribution to club football, setting a benchmark for excellence in goalkeeping. On the international stage, Shilton's contributions were equally significant. His record 125 caps for England speak to his enduring quality and consistency. He was instrumental in England's World Cup campaigns, particularly in 1986 and 1990, where his performances helped elevate the team on the global stage. In the 1986 World Cup, Peter Shilton was involved in a famous incident with Diego Maradona. Maradona scored a controversial goal using his hand, known as the Hand of God, and later scored a remarkable solo goal. These goals were crucial in Argentina's 2-1 win over England. Shilton's career coincided with a period of evolution in football, and he was a central figure in this transformation. His style and approach to goalkeeping inspired a new generation of players, influencing the way the position is played. Young goalkeepers emulated his techniques and mental toughness, cementing his legacy not just in records, but in the evolution of the game itself. Shilton's career, therefore, is a narrative of influence and contribution, shaping football's history and its future. After hanging up his gloves, Peter Shilton took up coaching and management, where he brought the same commitment and understanding that made him a great player. In coaching, Shilton focused on teaching players about discipline and the smart strategies of football. He believed it was important for players to be strong not just physically, but also mentally, showing them how to be mentally tough and focused. Shilton also dedicated himself to helping people with gambling problems, something he personally struggled with in the past. He became an active speaker, talking openly about his own experiences with gambling addiction. He took part in different campaigns and spoke at events to help raise awareness about the dangers of gambling. Through these actions, Shilton used his fame to make a positive impact, showing his dedication to helping others and bringing attention to an important issue. During Peter Shilton's football career, the sport was a big part of life in Britain, especially after World War II. It was more than just a game. It brought people together and gave them hope during tough times. Football was growing rapidly, moving from local fields to big stadiums. This growth mirrored how the country was changing and recovering after the war. For Shilton, growing up during this time, football became an important part of who he was. It was a time when football heroes like him could become well-known and inspire the next generation of players. Peter Shilton's impact on football is huge and was officially recognised when he was inducted into the English Football Hall of Fame in 2002. This honour reflects his amazing career and lasting influence on the sport. Shilton's journey from a young goalkeeper to a well-known football star is inspiring, showing what can be achieved with hard work and dedication. Apart from the Hall of Fame, Shilton has several other achievements. He holds the record for the most appearances in English League football, showing his long-lasting and consistent performance over more than 30 years. More than just his records, Shilton changed how goalkeepers are seen. He combined skill with a deep understanding of football. His career is a guide for young goalkeepers, teaching the importance of being tough, disciplined, and mentally strong. Shilton's name is now a symbol of excellence in goalkeeping, influencing the sport even after his retirement. Peter Shilton even wrote a book about his life. It's a great way to learn about this famous football player in his own words. The book shares his life story and shows why he's one of the best in football. Peter Shilton's journey is more than just a tale of football glory. It's a story of real human strength. From kicking a ball in the parks of Leicester to soaring as a football legend, he shows us the power of chasing dreams with heart and determination. His career, filled with record-breaking moments and standout performances for both his clubs and England, places him among the all-time greats of football. But there's more to his story. Shilton's brave fight against gambling addiction and his efforts to help others facing similar battles show a side of him that's incredibly inspiring. Let's take a moment to celebrate Shilton's amazing journey. It's a story that goes beyond football, teaching us about overcoming life's tough challenges. How does Shilton's story inspire you? What lessons can we draw from his blend of on-field brilliance and off-field courage? We'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts and be part of the conversation celebrating the legacy of a true sport icon.